Hello, I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and we're answering publicly posted questions from avo.com, getting people the answers they need from an employment attorney. And here we have our question. How can I prove a hostile work environment or a racist work environment? I work for this company as a W-2 employee since last year. I've heard my boss verbally say some racist things and phrases, and they go on to share the phrases. I won't say them. They're racial slurs, very specific. He also accidentally sent text messages to my coworker where he was making racist comments with a vendor he uses. Today, I heard him state to his Brazilian wife, "I don't want anybody but whites working here." I am Portuguese French American, and I am done with the racist comments. Good for you. You should be. While they have not been aimed towards me because I look white, my boss has been racist towards others and has also asked us to do things such as lie to customers and fudge numbers on paperwork for state and federal agencies, etc. It has led me to being unable to sleep at night. I'm having panic attacks at work, and someone just quit due to the hostile work environment and racist work environment as well, and would be willing to back me up. Okay, so if there is racism or discrimination in your workplace that is not targeted at you, and I'm not that convinced that it's not targeted at you. I know you mentioned you look white, but it's not always what you look like, which now a bunch of conservative whatever people are raging at me because I'm about to say something that's going to annoy them, right? So it's about how you self-identify, right? There are African American people who look almost as pale as me, almost as white as me, right? I mean, I'm not even white. I'm pink, right? I'm so white, I'm pink. And if you didn't know how they self-identify, their heritage, their identity, their racial identity, you wouldn't know, right? So the fact that you look white, well, it doesn't mean these comments aren't targeting you. Now, you may actually feel like they're not targeting you, and you may actually feel like this is not racism towards you. And if that is legitimately how you feel, I appreciate your honesty. And we need to move on from that. And from that particular, this racism could be directed at you. We'll move on from that conversation, and we'll go on to retaliation. So, generally speaking, you can't bring a case on behalf of someone else. So you can't bring a workplace discrimination case on behalf of all the racial groups this idiot is targeting, right? This racist is targeting. What you can do is you can oppose discrimination in the workplace, and that is a protected activity. So if you oppose discrimination in the workplace, you then get all the protections of the retaliation portion of the statutes, right? So there is a burden shifting on the federal level, and I can only speak to the federal laws because you're in Florida. I can't speak to your local laws. If you oppose discrimination, that is protected, and now any negative workplace consequence that you suffer because you oppose discrimination in the workplace, well, that is a potential claim for you. That is a retaliation claim for you, right? And so that is one way that you could initiate your claim. It's not really what you asked me. You asked, how do you prove it? So I'll circle back and try to give an answer to that as well. Sounds like you have a lot of evidence, right? You've got text messages, you've got witnesses, you've got a bunch of stuff you witnessed yourself, right? You can testify to that. Get a hold of that text message, get a hold of these writings. If you start a case and you get discovery, I mean, you're going to be able to get this guy's text messages, his instant message, potentially his emails, his Facebook, everything. I bet you this guy's got tons of racist rants all over the place, right? So you're kind of in an evidence-rich environment. For you, I'm less worried about proving the case, and you always have to worry about proving the case. You're very smart, you're very savvy. Proving the case is always really important, right? But here, I'm actually most worried about getting it situated so that your case is properly brought. And for that, I would want to see you oppose the racial discrimination in the workplace. And then if you experience retaliation because you did that, that might be the best claim for you. I hope this helps. I know I was a little long-winded here, so I apologize. If it did help, consider liking and subscribing. It helps me help more people just like you. Good luck.